There you go. Stream will begin shortly. It has begun. Fuck off. All right. So, and now scene transition into... Whoa. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Come on, it looked impressive at 2 a.m. last night, so... Oh, well. And the annoying hum in the background from the Starfield should be gone. And now we should be able to start playing. So what we are playing today is the Apple IIGS version. Because I figured we should be playing the best versions of Space Quest that we can. We should be playing the creme de la creme. Now, I've already played the version 1.0x as a playthrough on my YouTube channel years and years ago. So I figured we'd switch things up a bit, because at the time I wasn't even really aware of the Apple IIGS version. Let's see here, where's it gone? Just have to find it myself. But now I am, and I actually have... Where'd you fucking go? Here you go. I actually do have the... Oh, I should have done this before I showed off the nice scene transition. Hang on. I can do it. I can do this. Hang on, check this out. Yeah, boom. Scene transitions, yeah. All right, so I've actually got the Apple IIGS version in a box right here, and it's sadly it's not complete, but it is the screenshots version. It's called the screenshot version because it has a screenshot of Space Quest 1 on it. The other versions of Space Quest 1 are called the rocket versions for some reason, because even though the rocket is present on both of them, it just has the rocket ship and the title of the game, and this one has a screenshot. Yeah, I'll be talking... Yeah, you probably saw the sticker that says 256 color version. Don't worry, I'll get into that. Don't worry, we'll get there, because we are going to be looking through the game box and manuals and shit like that after we finish playing. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should do that now. Before, because there's some preamble in the actual box. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do it before we. Okay, so first of all, let me just open up the Apple IIGS box that I've got, because it is unfortunately a bit incomplete. It does have the hint book, which is good, because I thought I only had one, but it turns out I have two. Awesome. And it has disc 1 and disc 2 on. I think these are, what was it? It's not 512 kilobytes, it's the one below that's like 256 kilobyte discs or something like that. That's why it comes on 2 discs. You haven't played SQ unless you've played the Amiga version. Oh, good. Yeah, oh, the Amiga version. God damn. But the reason I say this is incomplete is because it's actually missing the actual game manual. The actual manual, the one that has all the background information. It does, however, have the hint book in it, which is a little odd, I suppose. Not to worry, though, because we have the manual in other boxes. I'm just going to put this one together because, let's keep a clean house here. So, I have the IBM PC version of Space Quest, also the screenshot version. Ironically, the box version of Space Quest 1 EGA, the one version I don't have is the least rare one, which is the rocket box. And while this may look like the rocket box that I want and need and crave to have in my life, this is actually not the EGA version. That's why there's a 256 color sticker on here. This is actually the VGA version of Space Quest 1, the remake. I didn't even bring the remake up here because I'm not playing it tonight. For reasons. But anyway, this is actually the VGA remake, and it came out in the box of the original game. It still has the original screenshots on the back and everything. And the reason, as legend goes, is that the remake was in such a rush to get out, apparently, that the box wasn't ready when the release date rolled around. So what they did is they just packaged the fucking game in the EGA version's box, and the discs and the manuals, it's all the VGA version. This one's got the the fucking copy protection for the VGA version in it. Boom. And all this junk. So that's super weird. I'm eternally grateful for having this, by the way, and this was generously donated to me by Paul Corman, lovely fella. And he gave me this. It's the 256 color version in the EGA box. But what I do actually really want the actual Space Quest 1 EGA in the same box, just without the 256 color sticker and with the actual game discs in it, and so there. But I see people in the chat saying, yeah, the black box is coolest, and it is. I mean, God, the black box. I think I may have mentioned this in the past, but the black box was the first released version of Space Quest. It's not picking up very well on camera, is it? But yeah, there it is. It's got this nice flap top thing that opens up, and it's a really, really nice box. And inside the box, we get, well, the manual, which we will be taking a look at sooner rather than later. For some reason, there are 2 manuals in here, so that means I could technically populate. If I was to hang on to these floppy disks, I could technically populate the other black box with contents. Hi, what are you doing in the Matrix waiting room? Does Morpheus know you're crashing there? Yeah, it's just a nice white bedroom. Nice white Scandinavian bedroom. Anyway, so manual here. We'll be taking a look at the manual. I have PDF scans of it, so we'll be having a look at that soon. However, what this also contains are coupons. Good for discounts at local Coronian establishments of ill repute. The Oasis Bar, which was renamed the Rocket Bar for the VGA remake. Ooh, there we go. Good for 5 Buckazoids and a Coronian ale. I've been calling it the Rocket Bar forever and ever because that's, as a kid, I played the VGA version a lot and it says the Rocket Bar, so that's what I've been calling it, the Rocket Bar. It's actually called the Oasis Bar. So I shall henceforth endeavor to actually call this thing by its fucking name. And then there's the Droids Are Us. Not be us, but Droids Are Us. Lawsuit impending. Receive a 20% discount on your purchase of one of our fine mechanical automatons. We won't be undersold. Lovely. This one has a slight tear in it, but that's okay. I love it anyway. This one has a little stain of something on it. I'm not sure what that is. I promise that's how it came. I do want to give a massive thanks, an unironic massive thanks, to Roberta Vaughn, who very, very graciously gave me this box in exchange for some really filthy dealings. Don't worry, nothing unseemly. I just gave her a cassette of Space Quest 4's soundtrack. That was the deal. So you can keep your minds out of the gutter. All right, let's have a look at that manual, shall we? Hang on. Just gonna bring this bad boy up. Boy, I should really have organized this before I started. I didn't think to do that. Because this is, okay, so, Space Quest manuals. Where'd you guys go? There, SQ manuals. SQ1 EGA manual. Here we go. All right, hang on. Let's do the scene transition thing. Screens. There you go. And isn't that great? You know what? I want to have my face in here. Hang on. Video capture device. I'm just gonna quickly add myself in here. Boom. Didn't need to be quite that big, I think. So let's do like this. Like I never said anything about professionalism. Never said anything about professionalism. So this is as unprofessional as it's going to get. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go like this. Fuck you, Windows. I hate you. Could you just not be a dick? That'd be great. Thank you. There we go. Space Quest, the manual. Chris Olowich says I worked at Toys R Us. Oh shit, I forgot to pay attention to the chat. Hi, Screaming Celts, jumping in to say hi. Hi. And Johnny Carcinogen with his catchphrase, hello fellow humans and trolls. Hello. And, well, let's just scroll up a bit. I readily admit the Space Quest lawyer role in that video back in the day cracked me. Oh, you guys are talking about Current Inside Copy, the mockumentary that's on the Space Quest collections. I didn't bring any of the Space Quest collections up here because I want to do a video on those in particular, on their own. But yeah, Leslie Ball 4 actually played the lawyer in that video. She co-wrote a bunch of stuff for Space Quest 6. And she was a co-designer on the ill-fated Space Quest 7 with Scott Murphy. And, she was the voice of Laura Bow and the narrator in Dagger of Amun-Ra. Dagger, the Dagger of Amun-Ra. Dagger of Amun-Ra. Whatever, that thing. She was Laura in that thing. And, I don't know. This is the manual. Let's have a scroll through this, shall we? Right, so, because this was 1986 and the other big adventure game series that Sierra had at the time was King's Quest and nothing else. This was the... so this is, even on the back of the box, where's it? Maybe it's not on the black box, maybe it's on... Yes, it is on the back of the screenshot version and presumably also the other version. It says, new series in the tradition of King's Quest. It actually says that right on the fucking box. A new series in the tradition of King's Quest. Sure, let's just go with that. So what they do is they actually, they sort of introduce you to the idea of playing a computer game with the welcome to the world of 3D animated adventure. Now, 3D is not what you would expect in this case. In this case, it actually just means that the character can walk in front of and behind objects in the game world. Woohoo. Which, granted, was mind-blowing shit back in the 80s. Your own wits and imagination shape the adventure from start to finish. You identify problems, then set about solving them in the most creative way possible. I'm not sure which where the glass shard puzzle falls in under that description, but you know, your character is fully animated with like 6 frames of animation. I mean, maybe 4. But you move him around the 3-dimensional scenes. Use a joystick? No. Or the arrow keys, yes, on your keyboard to move in and about the different areas of the game. Once you get to the subsections of Corona, this will be very annoying. Detailed exploration is one of the keys to success in any adventure game, except if you hang around the surface for too long, because then you get eaten, or blown up, or squashed by a meteor, or eaten by another thing, you know. Actually, don't go exploring. It hates you, and it wants you dead. Designed and programmed by Scott Murphy and Mark Crow. All right, here we go. The backstory in the manual is, well, most of us know it by this point. I'm assuming. I don't think anyone joined the stream and just went, "What the fuck is Space Quest?" But I'm just gonna read this anyway because I like it. Far beyond the reaches of known space, already. You know, lies a planetary system known to its inhabitants as Irnon. Irnon. Is it actually pronounced Irnon? I've always pronounced it Irnon. Okay, I learned something today. Okay, I swear I've read this before, but every time I just glossed over those like definitions. Fuck it. Who cares? For many years, Irnon's sun has been slowly dying. The planets are growing cold and food is no longer plentiful. The beings of these ever-darkening worlds struggle to maintain the daily balance of life. But their poetry sessions are still going strong. The only hope for Irnon's... it sounds weird, honestly. It sounds weird to say Irnon. It's supposed to be Irnon. Oh well. Irnon. Irnon's survival has rested in the scientific community over the governing planet of Xenon. I've pronounced that one correctly all my life, thank God. Which has been working for quite some time on a plan to convert one of the system's lifeless planets into a new sun. The effort has been centered around the development of a device called the We Rip This Off from Wrath of Khan generator. The development team for the project has been stationed aboard the Space Lab Arcada. Again, now see, that one I knew because I made fun of this in my Space Quest 1 primer. Sorry, I keep scratching my nose. There's like an unwritten rule of SQH playthroughs is whenever the camera comes on, my nose starts itching like terrible. So I spent most of the time going, just really nostril spelunking. Yeah, so I made fun of that in the Space Quest video because people kept calling it the Arcada, which honestly sounds cooler, as does Irnon instead of Ernon, but it is pronounced Arcada. Remember the days when exposition was revealed only in the manual? Captain's access. Yeah, but, to Space Quest 1's credit, this stuff is actually also explained in the opening. So it's got a leg up on King's Quest already. Anyway, the development team for the project has been stationed aboard the Spacelab Arcata and sent to the outer edges of Ernon to further its research. That means blow shit up. You, a lowly apprentice sanitation engineer, not even a janitor, an apprentice janitor, are employed on the Arcata in tasks requiring only the lowest security clearance. It is common knowledge aboard the Arcata that the scientists have just successfully completed the development and first stages of testing of the star generator. Although still in the experimental stages, it appears to be fully operational. It blows shit up good. Triumphantly, the good news is flashback to Xenon as the crew of the Arcata prepares for the trip home. Roll credits. Nothing possibly can ever go wrong now. But the news does not travel far before it reaches unintended ears. So Sariens have ears. Please make a note of that when you write your little /fic for the end of the game. Monitoring the Arcata's transmissions are Sariens. Well, how else would you pronounce that? Sariens? Okay. Now that one I would not have any trouble pronouncing, I think. Yes, I know /fic is the porn one, Darth. I do. Welcome to my stream. Sariens? I can't, there's no other way to pronounce that. Anyway, space pirates who cruise the galaxies, wreaking havoc. Several galaxies. All havoc. That's all they do. There's like James Dean on a fucking coke bender, just rolling into galaxies going, what shit can I fuck up in here? Once citizens of Ernon, the Sariens were banished long ago for their warlike ways. One would think they would have gotten over it by now, but apparently they still hold a grudge. The Sariens' immediate intent is to capture the star generator and bring it aboard their battle cruiser Deltar. How else would you pronounce that? Deltower? Why would you? No. Okay, with the star generator in their possession, the Sariens would have the ultimate weapon with which to be revenged on... What? Sorry, did I read that right? With the star generator in their possession, the Sariens would have the ultimate weapon with which to be revenged on the civilization that ostracized them so long ago. Hang on. Am I... Second language and all that, but is that right? Is that a typo? God, someone help me out, please.
Yeah, that sounds made up or badly written or something.
That sounds weird, doesn't it? What is that sentence supposed to be? With the star generator in their possession, the Sariens would have the ultimate weapon with which to exact revenge on the civilization? Something like that? Brandon says it's legal English. Revenge.
Exact revenge, yeah.
Exact revenge. Which to be... But there's a little grammar problem here with which to be revenged on the civilization. Can you revenge... So is revenge a verb? Can you revenge someone? I thought you could avenge someone, but... Okay, checks out, apparently. Hashtag
Hi,
second
trolls.
line. Hi, Brainiac. Good of you to join us.
It is valid. They're basically being Shakespearean.
Oh, good.
For just that sentence.
Fucking
and
hell.
only that sentence.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah, so you need to pronounce it as, with the star generator in their possession, the Sariens would have the ultimate weapon with which to be revenged upon the civilization that ostracized them so long ago. It's basically about like that.
Oh, that is a good reading voice. Can you just do the rest, please?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
They plan to unleash its awesome power on Xenon, destroying all life there and bringing the rest of Ernon to its knees. The day of reckoning has now come as the massive battlecruiser swings into attack position.
Holy shit. I mean, that got epic at the end, didn't it? The day of reckoning. Outstanding accent. Yes, round of applause. Holy shit. Thank you, Brainiac.
Yeah, that's for some reason, man. The last paragraph and the last sentence, it's very Shakespearean and very, very up. I'm not sure why, because before that, it's all very the podunk schlub kind of status that Scott Murphy always was trying for. And then it gets real big space opera-y at the end, like it's trying to be Star Wars, and it really should not.
Hey, let me see if I can do that justice. As your adventure begins, you are currently conducting one of your famous on-shift naps in the janitorial storage closet. Suddenly, this is like Patrick Stewart on a fucking bender, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Suddenly, you are...
Monkey Island, Tale from Monkey Island, basically.
Suddenly, you are I suddenly went very Scottish on you. I'm rudely awakened by explosions that wreck the ship. Like Scottish accents are basically just people choking on lemons. This does not amuse you, as your dream was just getting interesting. This got Leisure Suit Larry on us. Immediately, which hadn't been invented yet, incidentally. Wouldn't be invented until the following year, where Mark Crow drew graphics for both Leisure Suit Larry 1 and Space Quest 2 Volhol's Revenge. I'll get to all that. Immediately, the alarm system is activated, and an announcement comes over the intercom that Sarien troops have boarded the ship. From your hiding place, you hear laser blasts. For some reason, I said that with a smile. You hear laser blasts, mingled with the screams of your crewmates. With a well-developed sense of self-preservation, you decide to stay put for a while. Soon the commotion dies down, and you get brave enough to take a look outside. You crack the closet door, and peer into the corridor. Yeah, I know that's also technically accurate, but you crack you nudge open, you sort of peer through. I don't know. You crack it. You just Jack Nicholson in The Shining, that fucking thing. Your eyes fall upon a grisly sight. Several of your fellow crew members lie dead on the floor. A group of Sarians, apparently admiring their handiwork, are close enough for you to touch them. So you do, vigorously. No, actually, you breathe a sigh of relief as they move off. Right. Well, that got weird. Oh, there's tons more. Hey, who else is up for some reading? All right. Although you aren't used to doing a lot of thinking, your job usually doesn't require much, now your brain cells are working furiously. It is obvious, even to you, what their objective must be: the capture of the star generator. You're no hero. To leap out and try to stop these murderous marauders would cost you your life and gain nothing! What? What would... No, hang on. No, it's
very schizophrenic, this text. It jumps from podunk schlub to space opera high camp flip on a dime, basically. It's weird.
It's something. It is. I wonder if Scott actually wrote this, or if some...
I don't think so.
I mean, it
feels like two different people wrote it, and just like, okay, you do this part, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll get it done faster that way.
Yeah, I mean, because remember, stuff that I made fun of in the King's Quest videos was that what's her face, the ever forgotten person who got story credit for Annette Bennings. No, what was her name? Anyway, that Annette person who got story credit for King's Quest 2 and 3 in the manual, they had people writing the manuals for them. I don't think Scott would have written the manual personally. It would probably have been Annette Childs. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Totally blanked on her name. I'm actually sort of impressed I remembered Annette at all. All right, so, okay, fine. It would cost you your life and gain nothing. But to hide forever in this closet would also be pointless, and there are points to get, yes. You are bound to be discovered eventually. You must somehow escape from the captured vessel. Before you leave your sanctuary, you have one last thought. Did I remember to pee? You need to find a way to render the star generator inoperative in the Sarian's hands. Perhaps some clue as to how to do this might be found somewhere on the Arcana. Because although you're not anxious to throw your life away, neither are you willing to see the entire galaxy under the rule of those fiendish, evil Sarians. Wow. Little do you imagine the adventures in store for you as you prepare to risk your life for the freedom of the entire universe. Now, here's an interesting thought. Well, interesting to me, at least. For ages and ages, the controversy, or the big argument, I suppose, over Space Quest has been: is Roger like a heroic figure? Is he an anti-hero? Is he is he setting off on adventure because he is like a knight in shining space armor? Or is it just an act of self-preservation? Is he egotistical? A lot of people would argue that once he makes the decision to buy a ship on Corona and blast off and go fuck up the Deltor, did I say that right now? Now I'm confused. Anyway, yeah, to go and fuck up the Deltor, that's an act of heroism. He's thinking selflessly at the time. Whereas I would sort of argue that he has no other recourse, because if he doesn't, then he doesn't have a home planet to go home to, so he is fueled by self-motivation. And this manual just muddies the waters even further, because it has it both ways. It's he's not anxious to throw his life away. He's no hero. He doesn't want to jump out and start a fight, but he also can't see the entire galaxy under the rule of the fiendish evil Sarien. So he's not the like really self-centered, sort of obnoxious douchebag that he is at the start of Space Quest 5 or in Space Quest 6. And let's just bring that over to the chat, shall we? Hang on here. Yeah, there's the chat window. Good morning. Okay, let's see here. Points, all the points. Oh, that's you, Brainiac. The first mention of the galaxy. Later games seem to shift to the Xenon system and the Ernon galaxy instead of the Ernon system, and Xenon is just one planet. I am not sure about that, actually. I think Xenon was always a planet. I don't think they ever called it the Xenon system. But then again, Ernon is the galaxy, Xenon is the planet, but the solar system has never been named. I don't think... Do solar systems have names?
If you scroll back up in this very text, it refers to Ernon as the system and Xenon as one planet in that system, this text.
I thought it was the galaxy.
Later on, it changes into Ernon being the galaxy. I think it's the first...
system.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Planetary system known to us as Ernon.
You're
just in this
right.
one. Later, it becomes Ernon Galaxy and Xenon System, which makes slightly more sense, but arguably this makes more sense in that we're just talking about one planetary system. It's all a matter of, once you realize how big a galaxy is, then it's kind of like, well, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
As the universe keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it kind of needs to be an entire galaxy, so...
It does, and
it's also confusing.
But then again, it's somewhere else in the text. It says that the Sarians go from like galaxy to galaxy, cruising the galaxies and wreaking havoc. That is a lot of havoc to be wreaking.
This was not written by an astrophysicist, not even close.
Well, Brandon in the chat says, I always pictured Roger as a no-brainer who has amazingly dumb luck. Barely has any idea what's going on and doesn't fully understand anything, but he has this strange intuition, which is player control, that takes him from one place to another, surviving against all odds. Now see, that is strange, because that is not the idea I got from Roger. My idea from Roger was, and this is... granted, informed by talking to Scott Murphy, and this is not explained in the games per se, but Roger is actually a very resourceful and very intelligent person who's also very lazy and very what Scott refers to as a path of least resistance kind of guy. So he's got smarts, and he's not like the bumbling idiot that he is in Space Quest 5, where he trips over doors and shit. He's not a complete tool. He's just lazy. And he just want. That's why I always thought that Space Quest 1 and 2 are so poetic, because the first one starts with him taking a nap, and the second one ends with him going to sleep. So that's all Roger ever wanted, was just to catch some fucking Z's. That's it. He doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't want to go off and save the galaxy. He doesn't want to do any of this shit. He just wants his fucking nap. Sorry? What were you saying? Oh, hey, Darth has joined the voice chat and muted himself because he tells nothing but lies.
I do not tell lies. I tell truths.
Nope.
Space Quest 5 is the worst Space Quest. Space Quest 6 is the best.
You realize I can mute you, right? Right. Okay, so Rick from the oh hey, shout out to the Classic Gamers Guild. Hello. I think Roger is relatable and endearing to us because he's a defined linear character, but with enough ambiguity that we can see him in what we want him to be. And this is true in the first 3, maybe even 4 Space Quest games. You can argue either way, honestly. Excuse me, that fucking Coke's going straight in my lungs. Anyway, you can argue either way. Like, he's either this heroic character who goes off on adventures and defeats evil because, you know, he sees himself as the big hero, or he's, you know, the path of least resistance kind of guy who's thrust into situations where he doesn't want to be and just has to think of a way out. Both are, I guess, technically valid, although I lean towards the second one. I lean towards the one where he's like the unwilling hero. As the manual here says, he's not a hero, and he doesn't want to be. He wants some fucking Z's. But by the time Space Quest 5 rolls around, he has this sort of, I want to be a starship captain. He always stands with his like his hands on his hips and you know, like strikes a pose and shit. And in 6 he's just mean. We'll get to all of that. Anyway, the day of reckoning has come, and blah de blah de blah. Tips for the beginning adventurer: draw a map. No need. All you have to remember is if you go even one screen in the wrong direction, death awaits. What? Castle, garden, hall, throne room. This is King's Quest. This is King's Quest! You assholes. Oh well. Talk to everyone you meet. Use discretion. Some characters will be friendly and helpful. No, they won't. They will give you valuable information and advice. No, they won't. Others will try to trick you. All of them will. So be on your guard. Some of them will even try to eat you. Some you meet will shoot first and ask questions later. That would be the Sariens. Your best course of action with these might be to fight. No. To run and hide. Yes. Or to use your low cunning to outwit them. No. There is no outwitting. There's no fighting. Just run. Just hide.
I'm wondering if Darth Helmet actually wrote the manual.
I did. I said it in the chat. I wrote the manual.
Oh, cool. I forget. I should be keeping a better eye on the chat. I'm going to move it over on the screen that I'm looking at, just so I can see it scroll past. And is there anything? Yeah, David says, I like that view. This is a guy who doesn't want to be in the situations he's in. That's my headcanon, at least, and it is at the very least partly confirmed by Scott, who, granted, was regaling me with character development that he wrote over 30 years ago. So, you can be forgiven if the guy maybe forgot some details along the way. But, just unplugged bits of my headphones there. So anyway, that's my headcanon, and that's what I'm playing at. Pick up anything that isn't nailed down. No. Use the items to solve large and small. Some problems have obvious solutions. If you're thirsty, take a drink of water. We'll get to all of that. Don't get discouraged. You can buy a Space Quest hint book for $7.95. Sorry, Buckazoids not accepted. May the farce be with you. Yeah, Scott didn't write this. No, Scott would never write that. May the farce be with you. Come on. A note from Sierra. We hope you enjoy playing Space Quest, our first sci-fi adventure using the unique 3D animated graphics. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Blah, 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 blah. Watch out for Space Quest Chapter 2 coming in 1987 to a computer near you. Other 3D animated... That's the first 3 King's Quests and Black Cauldron. Black Cauldron. I don't know what that is. And those were literally the only games that Sierra had put out in AGI, the game engine that this game was running in at the time. Right. So that's the manual. Let's play the fucking game. Scene transition. Where'd you go? Here, we're gonna do the window out thing. I fucking love that. Yay, game! Let's fucking play some games. Now, I did say that we are playing the special version. We're playing the Apple IIGS version. Let's cross our fingers and hope this fucking works. This is gonna start 2, isn't it? I think I was testing this with Space Quest 2 earlier. No, it's starting with Space Quest 1. Cool. Here we go. Now, if you notice little dropouts in the audio, that's because I might click out and type something in the chat. I will try and keep my commentary audible. Light years from Earth's solar system, the people of the galaxy Ernan have been struggling to maintain the precious balance of life. The sun of Ernan is slowly dying. The planets grow cold. Food is no longer plentiful. Life will soon become impossible to sustain. The text goes by too fast. Yes, Rick, this version has, what was it, a 16-voice Ensoniq synthesizer. My god, that is loud. Is that too loud for you guys? It's really loud in my in my ears. Anyway, so it has not only a 16-voice synthesizer, which is way more than you got with your 3-voice Tandy and whatever. It also has a dedicated digital sound effects channel. So there are actually digital sound. There's speech in this game. It's good. All right, cool. You've just completed one of your famous on-shift naps in one of the janitorial storage closets. And we are playing this as Roger Wilco. There is no need to type in any name. All right, check this out. Yeah. You're startled by the sound of an alarm, and also your eyes itch. It is followed by an urgent voice, which warns that the Arcada has been boarded by unknown intruders. It ends abruptly. All right, I am getting some people in the chat saying it's a bit loud. So what I'm going to do is, I thought it was a bit loud myself. So I am going to turn it down a slight tad in my Windows mixer, and hopefully this will be a bit better. Now, I almost forgot, but didn't. Whenever we start a new game in this stream marathon, it is required that if you have one, you must crack the brew. Yes. What they are saying is true. If your ship is boarded, have your final iron brew. Yes. Digitized speech. What sorcery is this? The battle stations clip needs to be worked into an EDM mix, Wirebrain says. And, dude, not exactly EDM, but I actually did. Hang on, actually, you know what? I'll just let. What was it, Darth? You wanted to say something. I'm on a story roll.
I was just gonna say, I can't do iron brew. Can I take Vegemite with a spoon instead?
Dude, there's limited space in the voice channel. Would you fuck off already?
I had to unmute just so you could hear me laugh after he said that.
Anyway, I love him. So, as you can tell, Darth and I have been friends for a long time, so we are comfortable making jokes at each other's expense. At least he is comfortable making jokes at my expense. So I'm just giving back. Anyway, Brew. Also, sampling the Battle Stations clip. I actually have in the works. It's completed, but I'm still fine-tuning some bits of it. I wrote all new music for Space Quest 1. I edited the whole thing into sort of like Space Quest 1 the movie. And I will be releasing that shortly. What I'm waiting for is that I actually wrote some dialogue for it, and I want to get someone to, have a look at the dialogue before I release it, because it's a little. Hello. Okay, hang on. Yeah, okay, the transition was a bit weird, but hello. Look who decided to join us. Hello, is the Pearl Master. Yes.
Oh, your son's grown hair.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, and lost the capacity for speech. Pat the cat. Oh yes, everyone in the chat goes mad for the kitty. So this means that my precious box collection of Space Quest will now be, cat hair infused. All right, back to the game. Now the transition is right. Anyway, okay, so we have now been startled by the sound of an alarm for quite some time. Let's get in and actually play this. I'm going to put my mouse off to the side because we don't need the mouse, even though we do have a mouse in this. Now you'll notice Roger's moving a little quick, but that's because the that's because the emulator is the word I'm looking for. The emulator has a couple of different speed settings. It has 1 megahertz, it has 2.8 megahertz, it has 8 megahertz, and it has unlimited. Now, unlimited causes some very weird glitches, as people who watched my King's Quest 4 playthrough on Switch noticed. There's that ghost house where the baby's crying, and if you have the emulator on unlimited, that baby is all over the place. That baby will not shut up. So I set this to 8 megahertz, but in the meantime, it seems to have changed itself to unlimited. I'm going to set it to 8 megahertz, And that means he is going to be quite speedy, but if I set it any lower, he's going to be a little unspeedy. So this is like I guess a best of both worlds thing. We should probably save, shouldn't we? And to save, we actually do need the mouse. You can't hit escape, because what happened when I hit escape was just game paused. Which begs the question, what version is this? Oh, you rat bastards, you're not going to tell me, are you? Hey, let's just go. Yeah, I love the sound effects in this. Let's just see if Ken can show. Oh, fuck, we hear footsteps. Oh, for God's sakes. All right, well. well then. At least we got to hear the lovely sound effect of laser blasts. And there's no death music in this. All right, so let's restore. I mean, restart.
Do you know what you need right now?
Of a speed run?
One at a time, please. Who said anything about speedrun? Ah, he went away.
It wasn't me.
Ah, well. Save early, save often. All right. I'm just gonna check real quick if the Ken Williams Easter egg is in this. It is not. Is the Scott Murphy Easter egg in this? Yes. I don't think they actually took the Scott Murphy Easter egg out of any versions. If you type Scott anywhere in the game, it says, "Hello, Roger Wilco. I've been expecting you. You're obviously a person of dubious taste. Drop me a line at Sierra and let me know if you enjoyed playing." You are indeed hearing a kitty, Ikifu. He is right next to me, being a little bitch. Nah, he's really attention-seeking, you know, with the baby getting all of the attention. He's just like, oh, did you remember me? You paid a lot of money for me. I have a lot of fur and I'm a very cute little kitty. All right, search body. I find key card and also P. Get key card. I apologize for the keyboard tapping noises. I swear the microphone is on a completely different table. It's out of the way, and this is... It's just the noisy fucking keyboard. And it's the least noisy keyboard I have, so there. Let's go in here and get shocked and disgusted. You'll have to... Oh, so you want me to look around. Yes, this is the Star Generator Development Laboratory. Due to your incredibly low security clearance, you have never been allowed access to this room. Well, good thing they blew open the door then. Look, pedestal. It's an empty pedestal. Looks like it's used to hold some large object. Maybe the Star Generator, but maybe like a super-sized, bottle of Shasta or whatever. Hey, completely forgot. Brainiac and Darth Hamlet were trying to say something all at once. Which one of you? Darth, go first.
I was just going to say what you need right now when you're being shot by evil aliens is a good friend. Sonny Bonds. He would have saved your life.
Dude, why are you still here?
Oh. That's some impressive trolling, actually.
Yeah. It's only gonna get worse.
You know.
Hang on. Let's see if the. Do you think the debug command is in here? What would the hotkey be for the debug command on an Apple IIGS? Because I kind of want to see the Sarien conga line. But that would entail having to activate the teleport. Oh, hi, injured scientist. Yeah. Does a little gents, makes a little loves, and get downs tonights. Okay. Oh, shit. No. See, I did that in a playthrough. In one of my first plays. I should probably save my game, actually. Disc. There you go. Yeah, by the way, the disc is called King's Quest 3 Saves. Anyway, Arcada. If you kick the scientist, you lose points. Check this out. Kick man. Good grief, Roger Wilco. You're a bit twisted, I must say. And boom! Points reduced. That will absolutely not do. So this is my chance to check if the disc thing actually works. And it does. Fantastic. All right, let's look at the dude and get the whole astral bodies thing going. Yes. Oh, that is terrible. Tell me your secrets. Fun fact, you can type astral bodies. If you type kick again, will you get 255 points? No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Oh, hey, Brainiac, what were you gonna say before you were so rudely interrupted by Darth?
It wasn't me, actually. I deafened myself so that I could hear the game audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just heard two people talking at the same time, and I thought it was you.
It was me, but the time has passed.
Ah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Now check this out. If he sees you and the elevator door is open... Oh, wait, no. Oh, I wasn't in his line of sight. Oh, see, what you can do, and this is something I only discovered very recently, is you can actually walk out of the elevator and then walk back in. And once the door is open, the Sarien will leave you alone because he assumes you're just going to go up the elevator. So you can actually trick him that way. Press open. Let's see if I can do this before I get shot, because there is no saving once again. In this screen, the timer is... Oh, fuck me! Put keycard in slot. Yeah, god damn. That stresses me the fuck out. Okay, we're safe. Let's save again, shall we? For reasons, I don't know why I would be saving now, but yeah, fucking... Arcana, let's save over. Just so we can cause some additional anxiety. Check out the amount of colors in this version, by the way. I'm not sure about the technical aspects of it, but the Apple IIGS had this thing where each scan line can have a different color palette. I don't know how that works, but that's what's enabling this thing to have more than 16 colors on screen at the same time. Which is fantastic good fun. Anyway, press open, press airlock. There you go. That was a good sound effect. So this version also is more visually impressive than any other version of the game, including the Amiga version, which is not that impressive. Left, press right. Hello, Summer. Niece has been picked up. Get gadget, turn on translator. The translator never runs out, so, you know, fuck it. I really wish I could enable the debug. I wonder what the hotkey is for that. In King's Quest 3, you can type in rat's ass to enable the debug. But I believe in Space Quest, the only way to do it on the PC is to hit Alt-D. And I don't know where the Alt button is, or the Alt key is on an Apple IIGS, and certainly not this emulator. I don't think it had an Alt. There might be a command to enable the debug. I'm too lazy to go look it up. If someone can look it up, please. So we can see the Sarien conga line. And also, you know, fuck with the debug. But, you know, it's not a prerequisite for enjoying the stream at all. Oh shit! Malcontent Matt donated $5. Thank you for doing what you do. What? Sit on my ass and play games? Thank you. That's mighty generous of you. Thank you. Is there a command button equivalent? Says Brainiac. Well, I would assume, but I don't know where it is. I've tried Control D and Shift D and Alt D on my keyboard, and I don't know. I know that on the Apple IIGS, the hotkey for save, which I just hit there, is actually Shift 5, not F5, as you would think. To bring up Sierra's debug mode, press Option and F. Well, it's not that. It's not that. I don't know where the option is on this keyboard. So I just tried Shift, Control, and Alt. I don't think the Windows key is going to do it. We have an Alt-GR button on Danish keyboards. No, that's not it either. Well, apart from Control, Shift, and Alt, I'm out of ideas. I don't know. There's probably I don't know. Maybe Control Alt F? No. Control Shift F? No. Windows F? I very much doubt that works. That brought up the Windows Feedback Hub on my desktop. enter your feedback. It just took a screenshot of everything and expects me to file a bug report. So that is not what we're doing. The Killer Man says, are you going to stream all 6 games? You have a lot of energy. You know what? Actually, I don't. Actually, I'm really stressed out at the moment. This is relaxing for me. This is my unwinding. So that is indeed what we're going to do. Oh shit, the fucking timer's still running, isn't it? Close door. Where's seatbelts? Because I'm not an idiot. Press power. Did you guys hear that? I'm sorry, I may have turned the audio down a bit too low this time. I'm going to turn it up a little smidge. You still need to hear that glorious, glorious sound. It had it was like a car engine turning on. All right, pull throttle. Oof. That had no sound effect. Oh, here we go. Hello, Perry boy. Congratulations, you narrowly escaped an explosive death. Don't start patting yourself on the back just yet, though. You are now traveling aimlessly through the cosmos. Of course, there's no way you can have a playthrough of this without, the obvious. There's a don't press button. Of course we're going to press it. Thank you, Gino2733. Just put in 5 USD for a Happy Meal for Space Quest Historian Jr. Cheers, man. Thank you so much. He loves his little Happy Meals, actually. He loves the fries. He's a tiny boy. He's a very cute boy. Please don't. Every time someone brings up SQH Jr., I am like inches away from just posting pictures. It's, look, he's adorable. He has blue eyes. So let's not do that.
Wait, I have blue eyes. Am I Space Quest Historian Jr.?
No,
is that the new law?
But you are adorable. So let's
go
up to Corona. All right, so press.
Probably don't even have eyes. Oh.
It said don't touch. I warned you. I've seen Darth Helmet in person. He looks nothing like my son, but he's very adorable. Gives great hugs. Where'd my brew go?
I might be a few feet taller than your son. Just a couple.
Yeah, just slightly. But not a lot. He's a grower. Ken, did you hear something? Oh, it was probably just the Gators entertaining another Space Quest player. Go back to sleep, Berta. I have no idea if Ken actually sounds like that. No one knows what it's like to be the SQH, to be the trolls. Behind Iron Brew. Oh, fuck off, Summer. Oh God! Why did you? I mean, I know. It's a The Who song, but it was covered by Limp Bizkit, so that song is forever tainted. I'm sorry. Oh, the original is the best.
This Vegemite, so tasty.
There's something seriously wrong with you, man. Through a strange quirk of fate, or was it, you've stumbled into a place beyond time, space, and dimension. You've entered the Daventry Zone. That's right, the land of King's Quest. This will not help you now, since you are playing Space Quest. I love the fact that this is death, because you've now switched games. You're not playing Space Quest, so fuck you. Oh, K-Panic says, the option keys map to F2. That's a bit weird, but okay, let's give this a shot. Let's restart instead of restore.
You know what's interesting?
What is interesting, Mr. Bloom? Thank you for joining us.
In Space Quest, when you go to King's Quest, you die. But in King's Quest, when you look through the hole and look at Space Quest 1, you don't die, and it congratulates you for doing so.
That is true. But that would be because that plug for Space Quest 2 was put in by Scott Murphy, so it would be kind of weird.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got the debug thing working. Thanks, K-Panic. So all that's left now is to work out. I'm just going to pause the game here because I can't remember what the fucking teleport code for the room that we need to go in is. So up comes... Hang on, I'm just gonna show you. Why am I being so coy about all of this? Let's see. Hang on. Oh, the scene transition is working against me. Okay, you're gonna see a bad. No, wait, you're not gonna see anything. Ha. I'm playing with screen, but this is the first time I've ever done screen transitions in OBS. Don't judge me. Let's see. Here you go. let's go to the cutting room floor, and not the Princess Bride, but you know what? Let's just use their search option. I'm sure it's excellent, or whatever it does, and go to Space Quest. Come on, come on, come on! Original. The cutting room floor is amazing. What my Discord didn't work out for the Secrets of Space Quest, I stole wholesale from this website. Some people with a lot of free time on their hands worked on this. Oh, there's the whole pocket lint, used shipment, all this shit. This I'm not going to do all of this because it's not as visually interesting as you might expect. But if you want to see that covered, there's that Secrets of Space Quest video on Space Quest 1 that I did on the YouTube channel. Where's the fucking Sarien conga line? God damn you. There. It was right up here. Right up here. Let's see. What's the code? What's the code? It's possible to get them show up with the debug mode by repeatedly teleporting to room 4. Room 4 is the one we're going for. All right, and back to let's do the thing. Always do the thing. Yes. All right. Continually. Okay, so the way this works, as you know, is that TP4 is that you need to continually teleport into this room and have Roger standing to the north of the door. It was supposed to trigger if the ego is it comes through the door, but since the trigger is positioned wrong in the room, it's positioned above where the door is, it never actually triggers in-game. And there's a good reason why I think they did that, is instead of just remove it entirely, is that if you trigger this thing, the Sarians will get stuck on one of the corpses in the bottom of the screen, and form what is now known as the Sarien conga line. So what I'm doing is essentially I'm just teleporting into the same room over and over again, hoping for the RNG to decide that a bunch of Sarians are going to come in from the left. I'm pausing a bit because there's sometimes a little delayed. See, this is the content you came for, isn't it? I'll just read the chat while...
I can tell you where they are. They all went with Keith for one of his most celebrated smoke breaks.
Oh, I can't wait to play the King's Quest, the Police Quest games. I've heard so much shit about them, and I'm just dying to find out. Is the Sarien conga line not in this version, or am I just being really unlucky with the dice roll? Oh, there it goes. There it is. Yes, the Sarien conga line, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. There it is. And the best part about the Sarien conga line is that these guys are absolutely harmless. You can just walk right up to them, and they won't do a thing.
I can see their arms, you liar.
Do people in conga lines not have arms? I don't know. What was? Just don't confuse me like that. My brain is
what?
I'm not equipped for that. Why would you say they have arms? What does that have to do with anything? I demand an explanation.
You said they're harmless. Harmless with the dropped H's.
Oh, you. I said harmless, didn't I? It's you, right?
You did. You said harmless, but I couldn't stop it for the joke. Come on.
But I didn't get the joke. It was terrible.
That's
anyway,
not my fault.
The Sarien conga line, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, everyone in the chat is now going, armless, armless. Yes.
We've been mentioning Gloria Estefan in the chat as well, and I'm tempted to try and feed Gloria Estefan's track Conga into the voice chat now and just have that play while the Sarians are on screen. Just hey, do that vote chat. No.
Why is everyone on about Gloria Estefan?
I
I don't
think
even know who
someone
that
was,
is.
I think someone was quoting lines from one of her songs.
That would be Summer.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, see, it's temperature 40 degrees Celsius. All the everything's on metrics in the Space Quest universe. Ernon and Xenon are on metrics because
As it should be.
as it should be, says the Canadian. Because
As they should be.
yeah, right. Okay. So the Scott Murphy watched a lot of British television when he was doing Space Quest. He's just a fan of British television programs, like your Monty Pythons, your Red Dwarfs, and whatever. And usually he loves injecting British slang into Space Quest. So the opening text of Space Quest 1, for instance, says that you would probably have been sacked were you not millions of kilometers away from Xenon. And sacked is not an American colloquialism, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, it's a British colloquialism. And later, of course, very famously, he named Roger's future love interest Wankmeister, which he has since apologized for. It's probably like a 4 a.m. kind of thing. But yeah, Wankmeister. Yeah, ask your dad. Sacked isn't
It's
common,
a
but
famous beer in Britain. I tell you as your dad.
What, Wankmeister?
Yes, I am not lying.
Is there an actual beer called Wankmeister? Jesus Christ. All right, let's unfasten seatbelt. The door is permanently open. Yeah, I was lying. Don't tell him. I can read the chat, Sorry for all the burping, by the way. That is a side effect of me being thirsty. All right, let's exit the pod and get the fucking glass. Glass now in possession. So we've already got a leg up on my friend Jess Morissette, who spent the best part of a year or something looking for that fucking piece of glass the first time he played this game.
Yes, the nice orange Coronian sky.
Yes. Now that is such a weird. Well, it's not that weird because it's a desert. But the line when you
everything that's magenta in this game was changed to orange, right? Which is a weird choice.
Well, yeah, it makes it look more like a desert planet, but it also, it doesn't change the line later in the game that says "off you go into the purple blue yonder." And the Amiga version does the same thing. Also, I thought your kid was having a birthday.
Yeah, it hasn't started yet, so I get a little time before. I just figured I'd jump in.
Thanks.
So
is that okay? Do you want me to leave?
No, it's fine. I was just thinking, oh shit, your kid. I mean,
he's playing his new birthday present video games I bought him. So,
well, that's good. I thought for a second you were gonna say, oh well, he hasn't turned 13 yet, so I don't need to pay attention to him yet. All right, so Easter egg time. You hear a strange roar, like something traveling through the atmosphere at a very high rate of speed. No sound effect. Kinda mad about that. Anyway, you've been driven into the ground like a flesh piton, Roger Wilco. Hey, I just saw Alexander on YouTube. Alexander Mejia says, I miss you as Quake. Oh, I miss you too. Fuck. Oh, Alexander has Quake Week coming up on his channel over on Human Interacts. Sorry, I forget when it is, but feel free to plug it in the text chat. And we were actually talking about, he was asking, can you come on as a guest? Because I've been on his Quake Week streams a couple of times before, and it's always great fun, and I always say wildly inappropriate things on his stream. And it's great fun, but unfortunately we can't schedule-wise get it to work this year, and I'm really bummed about that because I really miss hanging out on the Human Interact stream. But hey, shout out! If you don't know Human Interacts, go look them up. They make VR games, and also Alexander is Like this massively animated dude who's always chipper and happy and stuff. Anyway, we're dead. Thank you for playing Space Quest. Too bad you failed miserably and doomed all your people to a horrible death at the hands of the Sariens. If you continue playing as skillfully as this, we'll never have a chance for a sequel. Better luck next time.
Hey, are you going to go through every death in every game?
No.
The celebration? Okay.
Oh no. It's not a completionist at all. If it was, we'd be here until like the end of the weekend.
Yeah, we just need the highlights, the greatest hits, as it were.
Yeah, it's just a. I mean, I might have to speed things up a little bit because we've already been going for an hour and a half, and we're not even halfway through the game.
You've got to show the whole death then, because that's a top class death.
Oh
Being
yeah.
Sucked in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, hang on, wrong screen. Got to go back then. Top class. Let's see if it has a sound effect too. All right.
I didn't even know this was a thing until it was in one of your videos. Like, why would you look in this hole?
I don't know. Sound effect? No sound effect. Oh, actually, a little disappointed at that. Well, whatever was in that hole just enjoyed lunch on you. Well, we're dead. Interestingly, I thought this death was taken out of the VGA version. Turns out it is still in it. You just have to go to an entirely different screen for it. But then again, we're not playing the VGA version tonight.
That's interesting because when I first played the VGA version, I found that I'm like, hey, this wasn't in the original, and then lo and behold, it was.
Yeah, but it's in a different location. Oh, we have to get the plant for no reason whatsoever. We don't even get points for it, do we? I don't think I got a point for that. Wait,
No,
no.
you didn't get a point.
There's no point.
There's no point. Because I vaguely remember writing somewhere in the script for the Secrets of Space Quest thing when about the plan was you even get a point for it, and then I remember I had to go back and edit that because it turns out you actually didn't. But I remember asking the Discord, hang on, I'm too lazy to go check myself. Can someone check if they eat or taking or eating the plant actually gives you points? And it's like, no, it doesn't.
There is a claim in the chat that in some versions it does, which I believe because Space Quest 4 does that as well, where different versions have different.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
Yeah,
I'd love to find that.
I mean, this is a later. I think this is based on version 2.2. The game won't actually tell me what. Oh, hello.
When you press option.
Hello. Oh, that is a weird sound effect for the Sarien Spider Droid. Oh, we can see version 2.2 because I now know where the debug is. Thank you so much. Let's fuck. Okay, newcomers who come into the chat. Let's just fuck with them.
You call me the master of lies, and then you do stuff like this.
Oh, it changes him back whenever the sprite change. Okay, because the sprite of Roger going down the elevator is a special sprite, so it changes to that. Johnny asks, "Are you going for full points?" No, I'm going for full enjoyment. That's it. None of your shenanigans.
Is there a code to get back to the original all white spacesuit from the beginning of the game on the Arcada?
Oh.
All white?
Yeah, you're wearing the space suit at the moment over the top of the white janitorial outfit.
Yeah.
Well, the flight suit. Yeah, I'm thinking about the original gray uniform you're wearing at the beginning.
Yes, that's an interesting point. I know that Drink Jetpack gives him the jetpack. Drink Flight Suit, I think, gives him what he's already wearing. B Alien turns him into a Sarien. There's also a code for B Alien without the helmet. I don't think there's one. I don't think there's one for the original one. I'm looking at the cutting room floor. It says drink clothes. That's the clothes we're wearing now. That's what we're wearing now. B Alien changes to Sarien disguise. Drink Jetpack changes into the jetpack, and no helmet changes into the Sarien disguise without a helmet. No, you can't change him into the original. Well, that's a shame, really. That sprite is like on screen for like 5 minutes tops. All right. This means since we're playing version 2.2, that means you can sit on the geyser. Anything for a thrill, eh? That's a pretty darn interesting idea, but not the correct one. Hey, whoa, I completely forgot. I forgot to share the game for you guys in Chaos, in the voice chat. Oh, shit,
we can't hear a thing.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's why Brainiac's been deafened for a while.
Fucking... Why won't it let me choose what I want to stream? Oh, you rat bastard piece. Oh, that's because hang on. Sorry, everyone. I'm just gonna take a quick step back here because Discord doesn't recognize the Apple IIGS emulator as a game. So I'm just gonna set that real quick and because everyone in the voice chat needs to be able to see what I'm doing without the fucking lag. And I completely forgot about that. I'm so sorry. Voice. Oh, where the fuck do I do this?
You're blowing it, trolls.
I know. Well, fuck it. Who said anything about professionalism? Game overlay? Is this?
While you're doing
Here we
that,
go. Activity status. Not seeing your game added. Okay, I will add this. There you go.
when I was recording GIFs of the deaths in this game, I found out if you jump off the top of the cliff there, normally you fall and die. But if you do it over the grate, you actually get grabbed by the tentacle monster. So you get kind of a double death.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's do that.
That's a nice touch. I actually ran into that when I was a kid. I totally forgot all about that.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, like you think it would just be the normal, like, you went splat, haha, but it's like, no, it actually knows that you've landed on the grate, so tentacle monster gets to eat your ass.
Lovely. We're going to have to do that.
And I'm the one who said you can get points for picking up the plant. I would have to dig through a lot of my old archaic point listings that I have for various versions, but I think there is at least one version of Space Quest where you do get points picking up the plant.
Yeah, I
like only one.
I remember that as well. They must have taken it out of version 2.2 because they went, actually, this thing is fucking useless. All right, so
you do get them back in the VGA version because they made a purpose to it.
Yeah. But
I think there was some version where you got points, but they were useless.
We went code spelunking to find out if there was any command in the game for using the plant on the great monster in this version. There is nothing at all. The great monster. There's no command that involves the plant with the great monster at all. However, I can throw myself off this ledge and survive. Lovely sound effect too.
That was a nice sound effect.
Roger is better at tanking a cliff dive than any member of the Daventry royal family.
Oh, yeah.
No, Rosella can fall from about half height screen.
She's got the skirt billowing out to absorb some of the impact force.
A wild parachute.
Alexander can fall off the Alexander can fall off the stairs in Manana's basement if you're in the screen of his laboratory and survive.
Yes. And he can fall from any but the topmost cliff of logic on the first screen. If you're on the highest step that you can stop on, he dies. Any step lower than that, and he'll eventually tell you to quit making him fall.
Yeah.
Alexander's got
to the camera.
Alexander's got some vertical fortitude.
Vertical fortitude is the name of my new... I'm going to. I'm just going to say...
Kill him.
Vertical fortitude is the name of my new industrial band. We do like pumping EDM kind of stuff, and our first single is going to be Battle Stations, and it's just basically going to be the Arcada going Battle Stations, with a TR-909 bass drum in the back of it. All right, let's
listen to it.
Yeah. Way. Oh, it is basically just the two animations.
It just plays them together.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. And I think what is happening is actually they didn't like specially program this in because he lands on a pixel in front, because you have to be like right up against the wall for him to scoot on by, and when he falls down a couple of pixels in front of that. So yeah, you know, it's proximity based. Once you're on
hits
that
the
grid,
code for the
it
great.
hits the code for him getting eaten. But it's interesting that the death message is that you fell and died.
It hits the code for the animation, but it doesn't hit the code for the dying that way. So you still get your original death.
That tells me it is specially programmed.
It actually, you might actually have a point there.
I can look it up. By the way, I checked to see if version 1 granted you points for the bush, getting the plant, and it does not. So, but I only have those two in my folder. I have to look at the other one.
So
It may be just the conflation of memories between EGA and VGA. That's quite possible.
well, Brandon, didn't you just say that version 1.0x gives you points for the plan?
No, I said it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay. Well, shit. I fucking hope I got that right in my video. Anyway, does anyone want to hear the most confusing bit of voice sample in a 1986 game? Check this. First of all, check out the color of his eyes. Holy shit.
We don't actually have a choice, so yes.
All right, here we go.
It sounds reversed.
It is.
Okay.
Did we reverse that to see what it actually says, or is it anything intelligible?
I did. And it was a point of contention because I couldn't make out what was being said. But everyone who listened to it assured me that what he was actually saying was, I'm John Lennon. I'm John Lennon. I'm John Lennon. and I do believe that was actually confirmed. Don't quote me on that because informal talk with Scott and all that. But I think he confirmed that, yes, he says, I'm John Lennon. Who was shot just 6 years prior to this game being released. So, kind of a tasteless joke, I guess. But then again, no one in their right mind would sample that off a computer game and reverse it and go through the trouble of actually figuring out
Well, it's
what
actually faster. I never thought of going down to...
Yeah,
I'm
me
legit
neither.
mad. I've never gone down, you bastard. I hate you.
Me neither. Oh,
you don't hide behind the rocks?
no, you don't need to.
I hate you. What the fuck?
I learned so many things capturing footage.
Wait
for
a
this.
minute. Are you sure we're not speedrunning this game?
We're not, but hey, I do tricks. Yeah, I used to take the long route back, around the thing, around the overhang, and all that shit. You don't have to. You just go down. The spider droid is an idiot.
Who says there's nothing more to learn from these games?
Wanted to let you know from the chat, trolls. From YouTube, Napoleon Wilson says, "Thank you for all your work on the Space Quest vinyl. I love them all, even my Space Quest 5 with the backwards design. I actually love the way it's formatted."
Oh, cheers! I'm sorry. I had the chat hidden behind my fucking browser window. I'm sorry. Let me just pause that and quickly scroll up because I probably missed a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah. That one's right at the bottom for you. So.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Napoleon Wilson, thank you so much. I fucking hate the backwards design. I was so embarrassed by that, but fuck it. Cheers very much. There's some stuff here about the best... Jabbers the... this is where I left off. Jabbers the Dog asked a million years ago, did you ever play the Hoyle card games with Roger Wilco in it? Nope. Didn't. Are you going for full points? No. And what were the dev tools for this like? I don't know.
Has anyone ever gotten a good look at AGI or SCI dev tools before? Or I think all that was lost when Sierra was tossed in the dumpster.
Oh yeah, it was. I think it was lost even before that. I mean, once they.
Okay. I assume when they updated versions, they suplexed the old version right into the bin, and then.
Yeah. Bill Bull says,
this is why
imagine speedrunning Space Quest. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
This is why I appreciate digital preservationists and people trying to save video games for history, because I'm just expecting a whole bunch of stuff to go the way of London After Midnight, where you know it existed and you wish to hell you could experience it for yourself, but you just can't because no one thought it was worth saving.
And that's the real tragedy of also what happened to Sierra when it got sold off was all of those assets, all of those in-house tech things. I mean, I did that interview with Al Lowe that was sadly lost to the ages because I'm an idiot, but he talked about some in-house tools that they had in 1995 and stuff where, they had their in-house recording booth and they would get actors in, record lines, and then they had this in-house network that pretty much just took the voice file once it had been clipped up and saved straight from the voice booth into the resource file of the game, and then the programmers in the next room had voice files in the game. They didn't have to code
it would automatically delete the extra spaces of silence in between.
Yeah.
He talked about this when he did an interview with Alistair too a few years ago.
Oh,
cool.
God. You hear about that tech
Listen
and
to
you're
that.
just like,
I
God
think
damn it, why?
Yeah.
I believe chucking
Well-
all that stuff was malicious and not. We don't know what we're doing. I think that was intentional. They wanted to take down Sierra's name.
Yeah.
You saying there was a LucasArts infiltrator that there was
No.
the big two were
No, see, here's the thing. I know you're joking. But LucasArts and Sierra were friends. They were
Yeah.
only
Now, what-
competitors on paper. They used to have softball tournaments, LucasArts versus Sierra, back in the day.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Remember-
LucasArts. It was Westwood. They came in, they were
yeah.
mad about Kyrandia, and they
Yeah.
just took him out.
this is why EA bought them out, because they're like, you're just as evil as we are. We like you.
Well, the orange on his eyes there kind of makes his eyes look iridescent with the purple and orange.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kind of bet.
Josh M. All Space Quest games can be legally bought, so no abandonware. Would Josh M. just happen to be a person whose last name was Mandel? Would be interesting if Josh actually showed up.
Or Josh Mandel would be interesting. My Josh Mandel would not. He's kind of persona non grata in Ohio politics right now.
Hang on. Don't go anywhere. Oh, he's gone now. Can you load back? That
I
when
can.
he flew away on his little hovercraft there, he went behind the balcony, but he went in front of the back bar of the balcony. It was a really funky visual glitch there.
Really?
Let's have a
Oh
look
no,
at that,
someone made a
Sean.
mistake. Let's write letters to Scott Murphy and Mark Rowe.
0 out of 10. Ruined my
Actually,
childhood.
the 2GS versions have some weird glitches, and they might be down to emulator glitches. Remember that thing in King's Quest 3
Oh,
where
okay.
Alexander got stuck in his drowning, getting eaten by a shark animation while he was on land? Or he just ran around the entire fucking countryside with him perennially drowning in nothing. It was fun. You should look that up.
It's honestly fun on occasion to just take the old games and see how well you can break them apart.
Hey, watch when he comes in. If he goes in front of the far bar on the balcony.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's broken as hell.
Just slicing right through it.
Oh shit, that is broken. He's a ghost.
They tried their best. Multi-million-dollar company.
I'm not convinced.
I don't think they
that's-
were at this time.
I'm not convinced that's not an emulator error. But oh, that's kind of spooky. Yeah.
Are you saying someone now has to get an authentic Apple IIGS and original Apple discs for Space Quest 1 to test this and be certain that it is not
Absolutely.
an emulation?
Obviously,
Okay.
obviously, yes. but more than that, someone has to go out and get original Apple Macintosh hardware and run these the Macintosh version. You know, the one with the point and click, the menu system, and all that shit. Because
Black and white.
Yeah, because no one has ever seen Space Quest 1 and 2 in 16-color EGA on the Apple Macintosh since 1987 or 8 or whenever it came out. Because every present-day emulator of the Apple Macintosh will not display the 16-color version properly, and it has to do with the Apple Macintosh's Quick Draw version. It's the internal graphics adapter thingamajig, the thing that actually produces graphics on screen. There's a 24-bit version and a 32-bit version. The 32-bit version is the one that, you know, every emulator emulates, and it has no problems running every other game in the history of whenever for the Apple Macintosh, except for Sierra AGI games, which require Quick Draw 24-bit to display properly, and if you run them in an emulator, all that comes up is just pixel garbage. So you can only play them in black and white on emulators.
Fix that.
And no one wants to fix that because it only affects Sierra AGI games. So
Is it something that they could fix and they just choose not to, or is it literally something they don't have enough information to fix?
Probably don't even know about it.
probably don't know it and probably don't give a shit because we're talking like 10 games or something. Like it's just and also Sierra were apparently aware of it because they did patch one AGI game to run with a 32-bit quick draw. Guess which?
King's Quest 2.
I hear King's Quest 2. I hear, what was the other one?
Down Bucks Playground.
For
Donald
Glory
Duck's
2.
Playground.
I said a dead lowest. So
I'm gonna go with Quest for Glory 2. Because that was like one of the
Not
last.
AGI.
Oh no, that's not AGI. That's SCI. Oh hi.
Oh no, that's right. That's early SCI. That's
Hello, Potato. Thanks for joining the chat.
Hey, Potato.
Everyone, say hi to the epic Potato Fiend.
Oh,
Hello. I
uh,
would like potato.
Okay, so
who are
reveal
you? Because I'm a potato.
reveal time. Okay, I see Gold Rush in the chat. I see Codename Iceman, and I see Manhunt. Codename Iceman was an SCI game as well. Manhunter, good guess. The correct answer is Leisure Suit Larry 1.
oh,
Of course.
Of course,
So
right.
Hello do it himself.
The second I said that, you realized why, right? Yes. Leisure Suit Larry 1 will run with a 32-bit quick draw, but every other AGI game in history will not.
That's interesting because Leisure Suit Larry 1 was also one of only 2 games ever released for the Tandy Color Computer 3. The other one was King's Quest 3, which I have boxed. It's interesting that they put priority on Leisure Suit Larry in those early days.
You know what? It's
I think it sold quite well, Leisure Suit Larry, so it probably makes sense.
the most
I think it
pirated
would
game
be
they
half-
ever did.
I would be half sales and half how low. I think.
Yeah, Ello just breaking in and doing it himself.
I mean,
No one was looking.
Evil Zardoz in the chat has he's got it covered. Sex sells, and that's really what it is.
It
There's
does
not actually much
impress
sex
me.
in it.
It does impress me how much we
Oh
heard
shit!
about
I'm gonna get wrecked.
how
Oh, this is-
badly Sierra Games
This is too fast.
pirated.
Oh god!
Oh,
I'm gonna get
Well,
You
wrecked.
can't
It
do
was
this.
meant to
You're not
be
the real
well, it
Space
was
Coast
easy.
historian.
There was no copy protection. A lot.
but yeah, but I remember the Coles in particular were saying one of the most heartwarming things they heard was when the Iron Curtain came down. They heard how much people on the other side enjoyed Quest for Glory 1, and
Oh, nice.
didn't feel very heroic. And they thought that was great. They still obviously were annoyed at the piracy, but couldn't really feel bad about it when you hear stuff like that.
Okay, so what we're gonna do
Well done,
is
Mega cheating. Is that
Put it
what
on
we're
max.
doing? Mega
Put it on
cheating.
max.
cheating.
Just once.
I'm
Just
just-
once. Put it on max.
Yeah, I want to see Max.
oh fuck it, right?
Oh,
I'll do
God.
it. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
just show us Max.
It uses the max speed of your actual processor, right? Unlimited.
Unlimited
God.
uses max.
Look,
speed.
look,
Yeah,
Oh god,
let's-
this is gonna be
he's
so
gonna die.
bad.
I'm
Do
actually,
it.
I'm
Wait,
pretty
wait.
sure. I'm pretty sure
The
this
Most
most
is
hilarious
compression
thing would
sucks.
be if it actually moved so fast it couldn't register a hit and he just got straight to flats.
no. This is
Yeah, right.
Now,
Not
bad.
that
Oh,
fast
boy.
as I was expecting.
That's
this
just
is
like
the same.
fastest on DOS.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
as.
that's just boss mode.
And this actually means that it was coded relatively well. Not super well.
You mean
but
for once they
relatively
didn't
well.
tie it to CPU speed?
They didn't
Amazing.
tie it to CPU speed. Also, the timer that that informs when you get to Yulin's Flats is also not tied to your CPU. So that is there is no change whether you do it on fastest or if you do it on slowest. It's the same time. Oh god!
This is more dramatic because it's like slow
That
motion.
is a chunky look.
Oh, this is not even. This is bad.
And you know what I don't get about this whole sequence? Like, he's on a skimmer, right? It flies. How the fuck is he hitting rocks?
Oh, it hovers.
It does try to explain it that it only hovers like 30 centimeters off the ground and the rocks just smash into the bottom before
I
it can
guess.
hover up any higher.
Yeah,
I
if I
guess.
remember correctly, the explanation for this thing is you hover so that Krell, or whatever it's officially called in this version, can't sense you and just scoop you up and get a fresh meal.
Yep.
But it's
Yeah.
not actually particularly quote unquote smart. So this is basically the equivalent of driving a floating semi truck and there's a big enough rock that it still gets stuck in your exhaust and your tire blows out, I guess.
I see.
Also,
Alright.
Really,
Also,
Really, Scott
at,
Murphy
at no
potatoes.
point whatsoever does the grill actually show up and demand a chunk of you. It's all rocks.
Yeah.
No, the girl shows up if you try to make it there on foot. You know,
Yeah,
it's,
well,
it's
it
one
can
of the,
pick you
yeah.
up on foot. You know.
it can't pick you up in the skimmer. But
Which makes me wonder, did Does that mean that the Tremors series ripped off Space Quest? Because if I'm not mistaken, this came first.
Tremors ripped off a lot of things, including
Well, that's true.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, Tremors ripped off I don't know.
No.
everything.
Homage, not rip off. Homage.
I've never seen Tremors to this day.
The first one's worth it for a good laugh, and they get steadily worse.
You
from
know
there.
what's funny is my dad hates Star Wars with a passion. Every time I told him I was going to see a Star Wars movie, he's like, "That's not real sci-fi, right?"
Oh, it's space
It's
opera.
not sci-fi. It's not supposed to be.
Right,
It's
right,
space
right.
opera.
That's what I say to him too. But he just gets angry about it. But anyway, he says that he's gonna go as far as that and get and just piss all over, right? And then he'll sit there and he'll watch things like Tremors 3: The Awakening and go like, "This is a great movie. You should be watching this with me." I'm like, "You won't watch Star Wars with me, but you'll watch this crap."
You know what?
You've actually reminded me of something they said about Star Wars, was that George Lucas wanted Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century shorts to run before A New Hope. Try and drill it into people's heads. Do not take this too seriously.
And then people
Space
took
Quest
it
is
too
kinda the
fucking
same way.
seriously.
Honestly, Star
Oh,
Wars
yeah.
to me is one of the most awkward stories in the entire universe. I love a lot of different movies and stuff. I'm not saying Star Wars has big fans, right?
No!
Oh no!
So close.
Yeah. And yet so far away. Would he watch Spaceballs? That is a good question.
Yes,
Now,
he will.
if you want hardcore sci-fi, you gotta watch Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is, I will give Spaceballs all the credit in the world. It is the best joke of absolutely nothing for almost 2 minutes straight that I have ever seen.
Oh,
that
yeah.
opening crawl
Yeah.
of Spaceball 1 is hilarious, and nothing happens.
It just goes on
it is
forever.
still hilarious.
Yeah.
Just imagine that brief that Stan Winston got, which is like, make the ship longer. No longer. No longer.
It's like the Family Guy joke style before Family Guy even happened.
Yeah,
it's
except
brilliant.
funny.
And it only works
Yeah.
if you understand why that happens. If you don't understand what it's making a joke for, you're just like, what is the point of this? And meanwhile, the person next to you is laughing their head off. Have to understand
I
context.
watched
of that
Spaceballs. I watched Spaceballs before I watched Star Wars, and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that's impressive. You still got the joke
See-
without context.
See, my thing is I've been I've always been a big Star Trek fan. Not that I'm not gonna say Star Trek is better than Star Wars. or
let's
whatever.
not
We're
go
gonna
there.
there. Yeah, we're not gonna go there or anything.
There's no
I
point.
don't
Oh,
mind Star Wars. See, I watch Star Wars too, and I like Star Wars too.
Different
not-
beasts.
Right, of course. But I just love how many people get so upset over the stupidest things oh, that ship has an extra window in this scene, but in this scene it doesn't have that window. It's like, who the fuck cares? Just enjoy the movie.
And
That's why
there's
Space Quest exists, right?
there
Right.
are two sides to that. The whole nitpicking for the hell of it is kind of fun. Like, oh shit, look at this. The continuity in this bit is a little off compared to that bit. That's fun. But if you want to get in, if you want to go to conventions and shout at performers who were in front of the camera who have no idea how the effects work or have nothing to do with it, and just go in this scene and have 3 inches in this it's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that
what I-
Harrison
Hold on.
Ford just doesn't care about anything. Like he out of all the actors in a sci-fi or any kind of franchise, someone asks them "Oh, what happens when?" And they, the actor tries to be nice and cordial and give you some kind of an answer. Harrison Ford's just like, "I don't know and I don't care."
Yeah. Honestly, there's a certain level I'd almost want to go to a convention and see someone try to pull that stuff on someone
Skimmer.
like Sir
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, and just everyone just converges and just kills him. Just like, no, you do not mouth off to Pat Stew. You shut up. You sit down.
Oh shit!
Wait,
have you
Brainiac,
seen?
Brainiac.
Hang on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Now, have you seen Patrick Stewart going to Star Trek conventions and heckling his cast members from the audience?
Oh,
Brent Spiner, they used to do that to each other.
They used to do that to Brent Spiner and Patrick Stewart have this thing where they go to each other's convention appearances and just fuck with each other.
Oh, that was so
I've seen a few of those. Spiner's Stewart imitation is marvelous.
Oh, it is so good. It is so
Yeah.
good. Hey, buddy, you want me to get out of your way? You want me to get? Hey, that's my Skimmer,
Hold on.
dickhead.
Just try looking at the skimmer. I love it. I love the response you get when you look at it.
Skimmer's attempting to leave. Get out of the way, you geek. I didn't know that was in there. Oh, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I love
shit.
that response.
Hang on. Rick in the someone said Rick in the chat. I'm assuming it's the personal definition of true sci-fi, science fiction. If this fictional science were true, what would happen? I think it's already when you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just did a whole series that just nitpicks a beloved classic to death, so I'm used to nitpicking, for the sake of entertainment. But
sure.
The definition of science fiction is so broad at this point. When I was a kid, it meant spaceship and aliens, maybe a robot or two. But if you watch,
Me too, actually.
You can watch a movie like Bird Box and call that science fiction because it's not.
You had the golden age in the 50s and people like Asimov trying to streamline and codify, and they did a good job.
MCU is considered science fiction.
I was just gonna say that, or X-Men is pure sci-fi. There's aliens in X-Men because they're just like, oh, who gives a fuck? This is sci-fi.
I actually remember something I learned in high school, and I think this is applicable. Is there was the terminology of the so-called bastard forms of fiction. They were fantasy, science fiction, and detective fiction. In my opinion, something that's comic book based is basically a kitchen sink of all three. So it is the bastardist form of bastard fiction. Like you got science, you got sci-fi, you got fantasy, you got detective fiction. You stick it all in a blender, you add in a bunch of colorful spandex, and you hit frappe.
Yeah,
Isaac Asimov was leaning into hard science fiction vocabulary. He was of the point where writing about science in a fictional structure.
Yeah.
Or about and he didn't get everything right. He missed miniaturization. Every science fiction writer in this 50s missed the transistor happening. None of them saw that coming.
You know what? This whole thing about hard science fiction and soft science fiction, all that says to me is that there are science fiction writers out there who prefer their science fiction to sound like a textbook, and I'm looking square at Arthur C. Clarke on that one. Has anyone ever read Rama? My fucking god.
I've read Rendezvous with Rama, and then I read the subsequent novels he collaborated with Gentry Lee with.
Yeah.
You can see Gentry's influence in the later stuff big time. Which is kind of a problem.
Oh wait, Alexander Mejia says in the chat that Yulin's Flash became part of my writer's dictionary because of me. I would assume it was because of because of the game. But yeah, Yulin's Flats was a joke that I did not get until very late in.
You know what's funny is I got the games out of order, so I played Space Quest 4 first. And when you get to the point where you revisit Space Quest 1, you see that little pattern on the stairway. I kept trying to type it into the time bar because I thought it was a time code.
Yeah, well, I think everyone did that. I did so too. And there are even people that have asked me, do you know what the translation to that is? Like, no, it's not a cipher. If you go around the back of the I forgot what the name of the bar is already. It was the Oasis bar, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Was it the Oasis bar?
According to the coupon, it's the Oasis bar.
Yeah,
according to everyone else, it's the Rocket bar.
Yeah, that's so weird, and that's because they renamed it the Rocket Bar. Okay, I'm looking at the coupon. Here it is, Oasis Bar. There you go. You go around the back, and there's also some scribbling on the side of it, and everyone assumes that there's a cipher somewhere for decoding that, and there isn't. It's just nonsense that got scribbled into. Okay, check this out. Rick says, I say this about everything. If you try to define a broad definition to a hard rule, one of two things must happen. The definition is so broad that it will include things that it shouldn't, or the definition will be so narrow it excludes things that it should. So basically what he just gave us was an out. It was just like, we can say anything in science fiction, screw it. Let's see. Ulense Flatzo. All right, so this is version 2.2, so that means the cheat code should work. Can I why does the spacebar not do anything? Oh, shit. Can you just type in?
Oh,
that is weird. I cannot use the spacebar here.
Huh.
Oh, that is weird. Because I need that for science.
You can't use the space bar. That's cool.
That is weird. That is weird. Also, is anyone seeing the glitch in the middle line where the text, the black text box is kind of breaking the barrier? Okay, well, let's think about this. Hang on. All right, let's just get a death. Let's just see if that has a sound effect, and then we can absolutely cheat the fucking living daylights out of this thing. Oh,
it's hopeless.
That is an angry
we got to read this. We got to read this like Arnold. It's hopeless.
I find this ironic that a slot machine is trying to discourage you from continuing to play. It doesn't say anything when you win.
Nah.
It's hopeless.
Oh, hey, now I'm winning. I just want to see a death.
What if you actually get through this?
That would be hilarious.
I'm only betting 1 every time because I'm just waiting for the 3 skulls to come up. Because there is suck methane.
Suck methane.
Here we go. Oh, suck methane.
Suck methane. It'd be quicker.
Eat sand.
Eat sand.
I don't like sand.
So not sorry.
Come on, kill me already.
You lose.
You win.
You win.
Come on! What are you doing to me?
Oh boy.
I just want to cheat.
You guys remind me of Manhunter.
Not a chance. What? Why?
Machine.
Why am I getting such good RNG? Come on.
Not sorry. Not a chance.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. You know what?
Bet high.
Oh, sorry.
Usually when I play this, like every other time, it's 3 skulls, fuck you, the end. But now it's just... I don't know if the RNG is different on the Apple IIGS version or if I'm just being really
That is
lucky.
possible. The RNG could be programmed differently. They could just use a different generation algorithm.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. There is a... Of course, there's a cheat code for the bucket.
Sweet, we got some Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
They added the piano.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, Apple IIGS best version.
Cheater! And we can't have more than 255, because if we go to 256, the game borks and sets your bucket source to 0. So
I wonder why that number is significant. Would anyone care to edify our viewers?
Please do. I barely understand it myself.
In hexadecimal notation, 255 is FF, and that is the maximum size of the representation before you go to the next number, 100 in hexadecimal, which means you need a larger bit or byte. I forget which it is. So you literally are screwing up the game code. That's why in the first 2 Quest for Glory games, if you try and set any of your statistics over 255, the game loses its mind.
Thank you. I knew it had something to do with bits and then math, and then I sort of stopped paying attention. All right, let's buy this.
There's
bad
a specific term for like 8-bit unsigned integer or something, and I'm like, I just know it's FF is 255 in hexadecimal. That's what matters.
Yep. It basically means that there's no more room in hell for these souls. You might. Oh wait, hey, this is version 2.2. This doesn't work in version 1.0x.
I want to know how he can see what he's written in that yellow sand.
I want to know.
I mean, let's be honest.
I want to know how. What time of day did Scott Murphy sit down and think? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write 3 or 4 random responses if you go behind this building and whip out your cock. Because I think there are 3 random messages. Yep, there's the 3rd one. You leave a moist arc on the building side. And I lost the chat again because I am such a good streamer. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, and my friend Meowing Kittens, her opinion on not being able to go above 255 on the Buckazoids is what? No inventory overflow? Boo! This isn't a Final Fantasy game. You don't get an inventory override.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Basically, in certain games, if you do an overflow glitch, you can cause stuff to happen that shouldn't, and all of a sudden your inventory is full of sweet cheatable items that you shouldn't have, and you break the game just completely over your knee as a result.
Yeah.
Sometimes the game glitching in its internal code can do incredibly fun and marvelous stuff, and sometimes it just breaks it or it's something completely pointless, like Buckazoids can't overflow, so you go from 255 to 0.
There's a.
This is actually a sign of good programming.
I mean, I love seeing those. Why is my mouse so slow all of a sudden? I love seeing those YouTube videos of people breaking games in new and inventive ways. There's that famous glitch in one of the Pokemon games where if you go up against one of the walls and suddenly this fucking hideous glitchy bastard mutation shows up and is called Missing Number. Missing No, yeah. Fun times indeed. All right. Del Tor?
I'm trying to remember which Sierra game is considered the most stable in terms of code.
None of them. Hello, I'm a Model QR7 pilot droid. I have navigated many different kinds of ships to many different worlds. I've acquired much flight knowledge from my travels. I'm most anxious to serve you, sir. I hope you find my services satisfactory. My, that's a smart-looking flight suit you have on. It sure feels good to be out of that stuffy metal market. I thought I was doomed to sit there and rust away. People say I talk too much. Do you think I talk too much? I don't think I talk too much. I'm going to shut up now. I love talking to the droid because it just... It's like, whoa. Please shut up.
I would like to note he said the suit was smart. He didn't say Roger was.
That's true. But that's a smart flight suit you have. All right, press load. And the most stable Sierra game is not Quest for Glory 4. And it's not Space Quest 4 CD version. It might be Space Quest 4 disc version.
The irony of Quest for Glory 4, though, actually, is among the speedrunning community, it is the most stable. They've got ways to glitch and jump and accelerate massively in 1, 3, and 5, and fairly good ones in 2, but they've got almost nothing in 4. They've got to play that almost completely straight through.
Well, off we go into the purple yonder. That is not purple.
That isn't purple. So they changed the screen. I'm assuming the orange in place of purple was just a matter of color ease for the Apple II palette. Even though there still is some purple in spots, but I think if they made that change, they would have thought to change purple yonder into orange yonder. But I guess it's only one line, so they just forgot.
I think they just forgot. Dun, 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 off we scoot. It's purple if you're colorblind. Yeah. Okay.
That could be true.
The Gokai Owner says the Quest for Glory speedrunning community is amazing. Yeah, technically, just speedrunning adventure games is amazing. And there's a YouTube series. I forget the name of the dude, but he's covered King's Quest V and King's Quest VI speedruns in the same style as Summoning Salt, which is also a great YouTube channel for speedrun documentaries. In the sort of Discovery Channel kind of way, because he always has these stingers, like pre-commercial commercial break stingers. Where the screen goes to black and he goes, but then something happens that no one expected, and then there's just silence for a bit, and then the thing comes in again. So Summoning Salt is really interesting, but it's also really amazing. It's fascinating to watch a documentary about a speedrunning community, and its documentary is like 45-50 minutes long or something. Braymar says, is that the UMB podcast guy? No, it's not Joe. Yes, Mutant Kid says One Short Eye. That's the one. Yeah. He does YouTube documentaries on adventure game speedruns. King's Quest V, I watched that. It's almost an hour long, and it's Yeah,
I think I watched that one too. That was good stuff.
Yeah, it is, and it's the bits where he explained some of the the RNG in 5, because the RNG is what fucks everyone over. Apparently you can go into Mordak's bedroom and...
Oh yeah, they showed They showed Paul Dugan, I think, getting hit by the cat 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, would you please? And it never happened to me. I played that fair few times for my video. Never happened to me. And there's this whole thing about if you go into the bedroom and you get Manny the cat in there and you back him in the bedroom, it's like 5 seconds quicker than everything else. So all the speedrunners bank on the RNG putting the cat in there and not in any of the other rooms. And but the RNG, why would you speedrun a game like King's Quest V, which is just being cats as fuck by RNG at every turn? Boggles the mind. My mouse is
if I had to guess, incipient and unrealized personal masochism is probably something to do with it.
I think you just described speedrunning in general.
Yeah, in some regards, yeah. Honestly, the one thing I do find, and this is true of most of the people I've talked with who are speedrunners, is it's a way for them to continue to enjoy games that they have such an encyclopedic knowledge of that they just can't play it normally anymore. So if they want to continue to enjoy it, have to find a new way to do so.
Well, you know, I play games like this that people have never heard of. Like I'm running my I'm running my own gaming studio, right? And all the times people write in and they go like, "Oh, hey TTP, what you playing?" And I go like, "Oh, I'm playing Space Quest 1." Or I'm doing something, you know? And they're like, "What the fuck is that?" I guess because it's not Doom or Warcraft, they're not interested.
Does it make you feel old when they say that?
No, not really.
Okay, good. That's good.
But yeah, I get it.
I get asked that a lot. People are like, does it make you feel old when you talk about a Sierra game or a LucasArts game and people look at you like they have no idea what you're talking about? I said, no, I just feel like I'm the only educated person in the room.
I don't even do any of that. I just don't talk about it very much in my daylight because I know that it's a niche thing. And yeah. I'm not here to convince anyone that, you know, their whatever they're playing is horseshit. And I know that it's a complete niche thing. And I know that I'm unrealistically infatuated with this series in particular. It's not, I don't have any delusions that, you know, I know this is not the pinnacle of science fiction or, you know, the best piece of fiction ever. But I have such an affinity for it that, I mean, this is my stuff. This is my series.
Parody.
This is my series, and fuck it, I will defend it to the ends of the earth. But I don't expect anyone else to have the same amount of infatuation for it.
Right.
In fact, I married a person who's never played a Space Quest game and has no intention of ever doing so. Hey.
I think we just heard the 20,000 subscriber reward point, everyone. Mrs. SQH finally plays.
You will not get her on camera. I promise you that. She will not do it.
Yeah, definitely not.
I mean,
just start typing into the parser. Why do people like these things? Seriously, how is this enjoyable for any of you? Have any of you actually seen a psychiatrist? That's just curious.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of things that people love that I've never gotten into. Like, I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob, or
me neither.
Yeah, and then there's lots of things like people love Pokemon. I never played a single Pokemon game in my life.
Me neither.
There is a lot of truth in.
We all have our.
What gets to you as a kid?
Right.
So there's a lot of truth in what gets to you as a kid. Is what sticks, and there's very little control over that.
Yeah, and that's the same with Space Quest for me. That is indeed because I played this as a kid. I was into science fiction. I was never into fantasy. And okay, there was a. I'm gonna just pause the game for a second here because I just remembered something I wanted to say earlier and missed. Was that we were talking about hard science fiction versus soft science fiction. We're talking about fantasy genres. The thing that I hate about fantasy is that I mentioned this in one of the King's Quest videos. Is you can invent any shit you want and just call it magic, and I don't like that because I like there being some sort of. Not realism, that's the wrong word, but some sort of foundation where you go, okay, I can suspend my disbelief long enough to say,
well, science fiction does the same thing, and good fantasy wouldn't write that way, honestly.
Oh, so it's just King's Quest, you mean?
Yeah, good fantasy gives you rules. Like,
Is this the guy who was supposed to write about?
a good example would be yes, this is fanfic guy right here. So everyone pay attention. But yeah, good fantasy fiction in general gives you rules. Like the shorthand example would be the genie in Aladdin. You can wish for whatever you want, but you only get the 3, and you can't ask for certain things. Those are outside his power. So
Deus Ex Machinas are a bad storytelling trope in any genre. So fantasy is definitely capable of that, but only by bad writers.
Yeah.
King's Quest 5.
King's Quest 5 has bigger issues than Deus Ex Machina Kill the Owl.
Well, yeah, it has a lot of it, but I think the one thing that made me the most angry about King's Quest 5, not that it made me literally angry, but the thing that made me go, what? The most was the fact that fucking Crispin just teleports into the fucking room at the end and just goes, by the way, I'm just going to solve all your problems for you. It's like, why did I just do everything then?
Yeah.
The only reason that works in my headcanon is that basically once a wizard dies, whatever magical protections he'd set up to keep people from doing just that and porting into his living room dies with him. So when you put out Mordak, you let Crispin in. That's the only way it works in my mind.
Yeah, but now you're just inventing shit that's not in...
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's completely my own mental fabrication. It's the
Bad
only way
storytelling
it
makes you
works
have to do
for
that.
me. Exactly.
Come on, ask me if I've played King's Quest 2, you fetid shitbird. Come on, for some reason, even though I said we are not going to do a full points run. No, that was King's Quest 3. There's a different one. For some reason, I just want to get this point because Ken Williams put it in, and Scott Murphy really resents him for doing so. And there we go. Do you own
But
King's
respects
Quest
him
2?
because if you remove the code, it breaks the entire game, I think he said.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You can't remove this code.
That's the problem. Ken actually knew how to code, so when Ken wanted to screw with your game, he could screw with your game.
And he fucking did. But this was coded at Ken's house very, very late in the evenings, like really long nights, pizza and beer, and, shit got weird. They had a hot tub. You know, draw your own conclusions.
Just check the cover of Soft Porn Adventure.
Also that, yeah. By the way, the waiter in the tub was apparently a waiter from a local restaurant that they paid to come in and get in the tub. And I can't remember. I think it was Lane Nooney, the Sierra Offline on Twitter, who got access to the outtakes, like different photos that they could have used. Bubbles on, bubbles off, waiter in the tub, waiter out of the tub, and all of that. And she talked to, I don't remember if it was the photographer or something. Anyway, not that it has any bearing on anything whatsoever, but I think someone asked the waiter, how does it feel being like in a hot tub with 3 naked chicks? And he goes, I don't care, I'm gay.
You know what? That reminds me of a Deadpool game that came out a couple of years ago, and this was before the movie before the movie even came out, right? They just made it because they wanted to make a Deadpool game, and at one point, Deadpool's sitting in a hot tub with like 2 strippers, right? And he looks over at the one and he goes, "I did poop." yeah, I know, right? And she slaps him, right? And so basically, it means at some point he took a poop in the hot tub, lied about it, and then went on with whatever they were doing.
You know what? I will
There's
say
multiple layers to.
Yeah, I will say
there's reasons. I know plenty of people who are fed up with Deadpool.
No, I
love Deadpool though. He's hilarious to me.
I'm gonna say I have
my favorite Deadpool thing is those that in the first couple minutes before he's actually Deadpool, he goes in. He was a mercenary and he would stalk people, right? He goes into the guy's house and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm in the wrong house. Wait, your house?" Now back to
the historian because it's his actual stream.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say I don't care for superheroes at all. I don't understand the appeal. I understand the appeal. I just don't. It doesn't appeal to me at all. The whole big buff burly men fighting a lot and all of that shit. So I've never watched
Superheroes about archetypes and meta heroes.
I know, and it's
symbolic.
Everyone else are free to enjoy their superhero movie. I'm not here to say you can't enjoy superhero movies. Of course you can. Have fun. Knock yourselves out. It's just not for me. However, I will say the only superhero movie I've ever watched that I actually enjoyed was fucking Deadpool.
Yeah. Understandable. Honestly, I think the best analysis of why they're as popular as they are is simply right in the comic books are the modern equivalent to the ancient Greco-Roman mythology.
Yeah,
that's the very hoity-toity academic explanation, but I think it's pretty accurate.
Oh, did anyone catch that Buffalo sound effect?
Oh, that sound is awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Bit crushed. It's even better than it probably would have been in hi-fi.
Yeah.
May be limited for what they have decent sound effects for, but the few they have are really quite excellent on the 2G.
Oh, there's a good question. There's a good question in the chat. Why did his sleeves fall off? Yeah, his helmet went off, but why did his sleeves fall off?
I mean, he doesn't have any eyes.
Is his arms different?
Yeah, his
Be alien.
Yeah.
Okay, we just have to check this. I'm just gonna save here for a minute.
I don't think I could come up with a legitimate explanation for that without at least 30 minutes to think and probably several protractors.
Does it actually
it's like
do
that
that
Family Guy when he does all those equations in his head, and he comes back, he runs up to the school, does more on the chalkboard, comes back, and he goes like, this many.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
You know what this is it's the orange color on the apple is a very light salmon flesh color. So it's just a light red in EGA.
Yeah.
And it's making his arms look flesh colored, but it's really just...
I see.
Well, we could.
Yeah.
And here's the tricky thing. We could, of course, just put the helmet back on, but that doesn't actually change the gameplay. They still see past the disguise. It's not like the game checks if he's wearing the fucking uniform or not. It's just.
I have to admit, though, I do slightly enjoy the idea of Roger slightly having a moment of just being full of himself and going, "Oh yeah, I can't cover these up. Everyone's coming to see the gun show. Ow! Cramp!
Okay, I like that. What the hell? What just happened? Was that the sound of me not hitting anything? Holy shit.
Ow.
That is an angry fucking sound.
That's
the same one from the slot machine.
Yeah, that's the failure on the Slotso death.
And now a group of mice have worn combat boots and are running through the Star Generator room.
Say what you will about GA being terrible, being not at all what Scott and Mark had in mind, being done without their knowledge or approval. I have to admit, it is kind of funny that it does the whole "have a nice day" thing when you enter the destruct code in that version.
There are good things about VGA. Josh Mandel did a great job, especially.
I like Roger too in the VGA remake. I like Roger.
He's a bit too sci-fi pulp hero in his look. He's too muscular.
Oh yeah, the art style is one of the things that really annoy me. But also. Some of the look messages that Josh wrote, for instance, when you look at all the crewmates aboard the Arcada, and they all have names and personalities, and there's these grisly explanations. There's one, this is, I can't remember what her name is. This is Jessica. You've always wanted to get her know her better, but the fact that her stomach lining has been ripped open and her entrails are now covered on the floor tells you a bit more about her than you really wanted to know.
Yeah. Yeah, and also Ken Allen's music.
Oh yeah, Ken Allen's music is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Were there honestly any bad composers at Sierra? Honestly, don't think so.
Yes, there was. But I'm not naming names.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there was.
Because the one thing I remember about the Quest for Glory series in particular was they basically had a different composer for each game. They were all good.
Oh yeah. They had more good composers than they had bad. I'll say that.
That's good.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with any of the musicians they had, I don't think. It's just once they got later in the development, Sierra started to use, well, you explained this, right? Dan Keller explained it. They had a library of music that they just shoved into different parts of different games.
Yeah.
Just willy-nilly without any thought, and
that's a problem.
That's when it started going downhill, but it's not the fault of the musicians. The music itself was all.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why the Space Quest 6 music is all over the place, is because a lot of it was stuff that was written for games like Eco Quest 2 and King's Quest 7, and then it gets shoved into Space Quest 6 because it was rejected for one reason or another. Because they wanted some sort of thematic wholeness to the Sierra output at the time, which is a fun idea in theory, but kind of weird in practice because, you know, there's a big jump from Eco Quest to fucking Space Quest 6.
That was the weirdest thing, was when you were looking through the missing tracks for the vinyls and you played one track and I was like, that's from Eco Quest. that kind of blew my mind when I figured that out. But it's a legit point in that it's good to have a kind of thematic through line, but you don't need to integrate like that. Quest for Glory, like I said, 5 different composers. There's a pretty consistent auditory through line, so you don't need to do that. Get the musician to actually compose for the work. Don't just stick stuff in there. That's stupid.
Real lessons they are.
You know what? They all these things try to save money wherever they can. I've recently been rewatching the X-Men cartoon show from the 90s because I used to watch it. I used to watch it on Saturday mornings. I used to get up real early so I could watch it at like 8:30 on a Saturday. And it's one of my favorite shows, but I'm rewatching it, right? And I'm in like season 2 or season 3 right now, and I'm watching these episodes, and I'm realizing they're reusing segments from other episodes in new episodes.
Well, Disney did that all through its history in all their cartoon movies. They traced over original animations from Snow White to use in Robin Hood and all over the place.
Boy.
Yeah, there's the dance scene from, is it Cinderella or something, gets reused a lot. Okay, let's see what the chat has to say about all this, because I mean I've had the chat on screen for a long time now, but you know we're getting fired up and pumped in the voice chat. By the way, the voice chat is open for anyone who wants to join in. Just join the SQH Discord. There's a invite link.
Are you gonna stream another game?
We'd say we don't bite, but that would be a lie.
I'm planning on it, Potato. I'm planning on streaming another game. I might. You know what? Let's see where this goes.
I'm not Potato. I'm TTP.
That's still a potato. You're still the Potato Man. I recognize the avatar. You can't hide from me, Spud Boy.
I'm not Potato. We just have the same avatar.
He's TTP.
Why would you have the same avatar then? Oh,
he's not hyper.
He's
not hyper. He's just text transfer protocol.
Oh, well, where the hell is?
Why would we have the same avatar? Because I looked at his and I said, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, honestly, my apologies then, because all this time I thought you were Spud Boy, and Spud Boy would join the voice chat, I'm sure. Yeah,
I've met him a couple times. I like him. He's a good kid.
The YouTube chat is being perfectionist like myself. So where did you miss the 6 points?
Yeah, we're not doing a full points run. Hey, Decaf Jedi in the chat. Hello, sir. When did you join? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Woo!
Hey, Decaf Jedi.
Hi, Jess.
Thank you so much. Hey, everyone, round of applause for Jess Morissette, proprietor of the first ever Space Quest fan site, and my bestest and oldest friend on the internet. He was my first internet friend ever, and this is back in, I want to say, 1995. Could be 1994, actually. So this man has suffered through more than any other person on the internet, including Darth Helmet.